So we know that us OR is coming to seek for funding for the various activities that we take on, for the various needs of the people that we take on, for the various issues that keep on, emergencies and the like, is not a very sustainable way for us to run the activities that we do take on. We living for day-to-day, hand-to-mouth is not the way for us to actually be able to sufficiently take care of the needs of the people that we serve. We do know that sustainability, being able to ensure that there is continuity for the activities that we take on, for the support that we offer the people, is the way to go. And one of the ways we want to ensure that your immense support that goes up to these people is by making sure that we have means that are going to sustain us. So this is why we do the farming. This is why we do the farming, and this is why we have all these crops, because the idea is not for us to grow just enough for us to feed on, but to have a very big surplus that can actually be able to be sold onto the market. And then when we do sell into the market over a long period of time, we can actually generate income that is going to ensure that the children have a decent meal, the children have a decent place to stay in, the families that we work with are actually empowered to take care of their own. We can have education support, scholarship, avail to the children, medical care, and all these other things. So these guys are doing what they have to do, but then the biggest challenge at the end of the day is water. We are on the top of the hill, and the farming, most of it is going on top of the hill. This is a very, 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 very high hill where we are. We are right here on top, but if you have to go down the hill, it's quite the valley, and it's so far. And the water source is so far off. So that limits the amounts of work that we can actually be able to do. And it also limits how much we can actually be able to take care of these crops that we do have. So with the support, thinking ahead of time, and ensuring that what we do now can actually be sustained for a longer period of time, we do want to agitate for a well. Because when you do have a well that is close to us, as opposed to the one that we have, which is about 5 kilometers away from where we are, and which is not even enough, and sometimes it is all dependent on the weather, sometimes it dries out, then we are going to have a safe and secure water source right here on the farm that is then going to enable us to walk very short distances, fetch water, come water our plants all year round, and then we can be sure that we're going to have the yields as we should be having them. So the estimate of the well is about $5,200. And with that, we are sure that we're going to do this at a pretty, bigger scale and in a more effective way. And of course, when you look at the rows of crops that we have here, if we went down here, we have, bigger coffee plants. They also need water all the time. And, the best way to do that is to actually have an irrigation system. So we can have, piping running from the well, if we do have it on site. And then you have sprinklers, overhead sprinklers that can actually be able to water the coffee plants, water the fruit trees, the pineapples and everything else, so that we are sure that the yields are going to be realized all year round, which shall be actually able to enable us to be selling off the surplus each and every other time. So the estimated cost for an irrigation system is about $3,200, and if you come alongside us to make that a reality, we are sure you're going to be blessing people years and years ahead, even when you no longer actively sponsor at this point. So as another opportunity ministries, that's where we're looking at, and we're counting on you actually to be able to make this a reality. Thank you very much, and stay blessed. This Giving Tuesday as well as Thanksgiving.